In this video, we are going to learn Geography Unit 6 Man and Environment. In this chapter, we will see components of environment and the various features of human environment and interaction and the various settlement patterns and the different economic activities of man and understand the environmental effects of human behavior. A small introduction of environment. Environment is a set of relationships between man and nature. It includes both living biotic components and abiotic components also. The word environment is derived from the French word environ. It means encircled or surrounded. And the man has survived through the ages dwelling within his surrounding called the environment. Classification of environments. The early man depended entirely on nature for food, clothing, and shelter. From the Paleolithic period to the Neolithic period, the man has invented and developed the wheel, fire, tools, and patterns of agriculture and housing to his comfort. These are led to him improve the standard of living, making himself technologically advanced. Thus, the environment also classified into three types: natural environment, human environment, and man-made environment. In previous lesson, we are clearly learned components of environment such as lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. These are the natural environment. Next, human environment. It defined as the interaction between man and an individual with his family, occupation, and society. It is also related to various cultural aspects such as education, religion, economics, and politics. And third one is man-made environment. It means it has been created by man himself for the purpose of fulfilling his needs and to make his life more convenient and easy. For example, uh, the man built the buildings and make the transport facilities and the implementation of industries, monuments, so on. The man has to study the distribution of population, availability of resources, development in technology, and alternate means of fulfilling the increasing demand created by growing population. Yes, these are called man-made environment. Next, population. The word populus means people. It came from Latin language. The population is the total number of people living together in a particular place at the given point of time. Next, what is demography? Demography is a statistical study of human population. This word also came from Greek word demos. Demos means people, graphis means study of measurement. The human population measurement is called demography. Next, population growth. The population is a dynamic phenomenon where the number of peoples were settled and the distribution of peoples and the composition of peoples were constantly changing. In earliest days, human population grew very slowly. While after the industrial revolution, it began to increase rapidly. The population growth also divided into three categories: natural increase, population change, and population growth. The natural increase of population is the difference between the birth rate and the death rate. Always population increasing, but only a few rare cases decreases the population through the natural or man-made disasters such as famine, landslides, earthquakes, tsunami, epidemics. Epidemics mean spreading diseases like cholera and then COVID-19 and the present days spreading virus Omicron also. Next, population change. It refers to an increase or decrease in the population of an area influenced by the number of births, deaths, and migration. Births, deaths already previous classes clearly defined. The migration mean the peoples were moved one place to another by the purpose of employment opportunities, education facilities, and medical facilities also. And the last one is population growth. It refers to an increase in the number of people who reside in a particular area during the particular period. Next, distribution of population. See the map of India. The population distribution refers to the way in which people are spread out across the earth's surface. But the world population is not uniformly distributed. Some of the factors influence the distribution of population, such as physical factors, historical factors, and economic factors. The physical factors are include temperature, types of rainfall, types of soil, types of landform, and the water sources and natural vegetation and distribution of minerals and availability of energy resources are determine the distribution of populations. These are physical factors. And the historical factors are regions with historical importance like river valley civilizations. War and constant invasions fall under the historical factors responsible for population distribution. And the third one is economic factors. Yes, the facilities encourage the dense population in an area. What are the facilities? Education institutions, employment opportunities, and manufacturing industries, and luxurious amenities, trade and commerce, and the medical facilities, so on. Next, density of population. The density of population refers to the number of people living per square kilometer. The smaller area with a large number of people is said to be densely populated, while the larger area having smaller populated is said to be sparsely populated. Yes, population density calculated number of people by land area. Next, human settlements. A settlement can be described as any temporary or permanent unit area where people live or work and lead an organized life. In earliest days, man preferred tree branches, caves, rockets as his shelter. Later, they learned the art of domesticating animals and cultivating food crops. The evolution of farming took place along river basins. Thus, the man built huts and mud houses. Later, settlements came into existence. A settlement generally consists of a cluster of houses, places of worship, and place of burial. Later, small settlements developed into villages. Several villages together formed a town. Bigger towns developed into cities. These settlements were formed into different shapes and size and locations. Human settlements. The human settlements also divided into two types: rural settlement and urban settlements. The rural settlements where most of the people engage in primary activities. Most of the world's settlements also are found in the rural areas, such as the activities like agriculture, forestry, mining, and fishery, also a rural settlement occupation. And the most important and unique feature of rural settlement is the vast open spaces and green, pollution free environment. While the urban settlements are engaged in non agricultural activities such as secondary, tertiary, and quaternary activities. The common characteristic feature of urban unit is that they are compact, congested, and liable to the large number of population. In the factors responsible for urbanization are better employment opportunities, suitable conditions for business, education, transport, etc. Economic activities. The economic activities are those efforts or actions that involve production, distribution, and consumption of commodities and services at all levels within a region. The economic activities also divided into primary activities, secondary activities, tertiary activities, quaternary and quinary activities. The primary activities are the extraction of raw materials from the earth's surface. For example, food gathering, hunting, lumbering, fishing, so on. And the secondary activities transform raw materials into finished products. For example, iron and steel industry, automobile manufacturing industry, and then textile industry, so on. And the tertiary activities, which by themselves do not produce goods but support the process of production, are called tertiary activities. For example, transport, um, communication, banking, storage, and trade. And the quinary activities are related to research and development, as well as the knowledge, are called quinary activities. Example, services like consultation, education, and banking also. And the quinary activities that focus on the creation and rearrangement and interpretation of new and existing ideas are called quinary activities. It includes the highest level of decision making. For example, senior business executives, scientists, and policy makers in the government. Next, environmental issues that provides air, water, food, and land to live all living organisms. But the human beings degrade the environment through rapid industrialization. Some of the environmental issues are deforestation. It is a cutting down of trees permanently by the people to clear forests in order to make the land available for other uses. For example, build the buildings and extending the farming lands and make the transport facilities like road making also. The effects of deforestation like floods, droughts, loss of soil fertility, air pollution, extinction of species, global warming, and melting of ice caps and glaciers. It causes raising of sea level. It depletion of ozone layer also. So the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development by name Earth Summit Conference held at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil on June 1992. And the conservation of forests is done through the regulation of cutting trees and control over forest fire and the proper use of forest products. Next, pollution such as air, water, noise, etc. Air, water are the basic needs of human beings. So, we must conservation these resources. And the urbanization. Increasing the population make the urbanization. Result in the environment also polluted. And the fracking. Fracking means digging of land and extract the natural resources. It makes also a environment pollution and the waste disposal through, throughout on the river bodies and land. These are the severe causes for environmental issues. Next, next we will see sustainable development. The Brundtland Commission cited the definition of sustainability in 1987. They describe sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. For the sustainable development to be achieved, it is crucial to harmonize three core elements: social aspects, economic growth, and environmental protection. The social sustainability is a system such as a country, family, or organization to function a defined level of social well-being and harmony. And the economic sustainability is a people on earth consume far more than what is their fair share. And the economic sustainability is successfully implemented through strong public distribution system. And the environmental sustainability also a ability of environment to support a defined level of environmental equality and natural resource extraction rates forever to mankind. Next, we will see why is sustainability important. Yes, the excessive usage of natural and man-made resources depletes its availability for the future generation. So, we need to look after our planet, our resources and our people to ensure that we can hand over our planet to our children to live. So the conservation and awareness are the two important terms that can bring sustainability to our living because our actions have lasting effect on the environment and we should protect it for future generations. Okay, children, the lesson completed. We will meet next session.